are you guys?
Data.
Doing good? Yeah. Yep. What's up, guys? Yeah. As far as injuries, nothing changed from yesterday. Watching the game, just going back, I thought that for our team, it was just a good team win. Just getting a win in general, we needed that. So I'll just go to questions.
You watched the play that Danny got hurt on.
I did, yeah.
What's your reaction, just visually?
Yeah. It's not real pretty, So, but it's a part of this game, and you hate to see that. So we'll see how that goes here as moving forward.
Is there a reason that IR is in the discussions you'll be having over the next few days?
It could be. Again, we'll know more here in the next couple of days, but we'll see where it goes as far as weeks are concerned.
Danny and Akeem are two of the more vocal leaders on that side of the ball.
Right.
Do you need to see other people step up now without Danny and Akeem, being on the field?
Yeah, that'll happen now, and you got two. You're right. There are two of the more vocal guys on that side of the ball. So when you lose a guy like Danny in the middle, that leadership part you lose a little bit. But then you have Quick come in and do such a great job. I mean, he was all over the field yesterday, and that was really neat to see.
How difficult is it for guys to manufacture that energy that those two guys bring, Danny and Akeem, when they're on the field?
Right. It's hard just because there is so much between the two, just their personalities in general, They're both a little bit different with how they handle their personalities, but they're very similar on the field leadership-wise. So as we move forward here, we'll have guys that are always ready and prepared, and the coaches will have them the same way.
Matt, I don't think it came up yesterday in postgame, but Trey Burton, is there any concern with him?
He had a calf, so we'll just kind of see how that goes.
Matt, with the switch at center yesterday, when you went back and looked at the tape, how do you weigh maybe the risk of the snap issue that Cody has had and was an issue yesterday versus the benefits that you guys obviously think there are of him being at center?
We did just that. We did. You weigh that out and you say, okay, if you make that switch, are the pros better than the cons? And so going through a couple snap issues here or there were a few of those yesterday. We've been through that before, and Cody's done a great job of pulling through that. So we just know that making that switch for a lot of different reasons is more beneficial. And then we have ways that we can protect some of the snaps.
Did the tape show that the switch was worth it?
Yes,
The benefits were
for sure. Yeah.
In what ways? Can you be more expansive about what you liked?
With the switch.
The center and why,
Yeah, just a lot of it comes down to some experience, some communication, that sort of thing. I say that's probably the biggest thing.
Is there a benefit to having a veteran like Cody between two guys who have little experience?
That's probably a good way to look at it, for sure. I think you have a balance when you look at it before. You have experience-wise, you're dealing with Leno on the left, right, Cody, and then you have James and Rashad, and so. That was one of the things that we looked at with that switch, and then I think it's just you kind of balance it out a little bit.
How did James handle the move personally? Just telling him, so he doesn't feel like a scapegoat for some of the.
Yeah, well, we were very honest and open with him, and he handled it great. He really did, because we told him this is a team thing. This isn't an individual thing. We love your trajectory. We love the way you're playing. This is just there's more to it, and he completely understood. He was great.
With your forward approach to things, when you see flashes out of Mitch like you saw in the second and third quarters yesterday, where does that leave you as you look
Yeah,
forward?
you know what? It's interesting is when you go back and watch it, it was actually all four quarters, and we had some mistakes on offense that wasn't him, and that's what I took from this was that yesterday he really across the board he missed one guy on a route. He missed that. When I say he didn't throw it to him, he had maybe two of the whole game. He had two throws that he probably won't back, but none of them were critical. And he made a bunch of really good throws. The one that never got talked about, the best throw of the game yesterday was the one he threw to A-Rob down the left sideline when he got hit. That's not a lot of guys make that throw. And he stood in there and made that throw, and A-Rob made a hell of a catch.
What are the biggest things that give you the belief that he is going to get himself to where he should be?
Just seeing that when everybody does what they're supposed to do, it's good because you see when 11 guys do their job, and then he's able to be better at his job. And I think that's what you take away from it. It's just, well, if one guy just messes up just a little bit, then sometimes it goes back to the quarterback.
Matt, how much responsibility is there in a quarterback to do something when all 10 guys, all 10 other guys aren't doing it? When there's a bad snap and he can't see the defense right away? When a play breaks down, it just doesn't seem like he's making plays out of those adverse situations. I mean, do you just say, well, that's just the offense wrecking it for him, or does he have a responsibility to overcome that like other guys seem to?
Right. I would say throughout the beginning of the season, there hasn't been as many of those using his legs. Yesterday, you saw at least 3 where he used his legs in those situations, whether it was a snap or whether it was somebody ran the wrong route, and it looks like he's not throwing it to who he should, but really the route's not the right route. And so now you got to ad lib. And you saw that there was a couple plays yesterday. It might have been a 3-yard gain, but it's better than a 4-yard loss.
Was the one he missed where I think it was Allen's going?
Yeah. In the corner?
Yeah, in the corner.
Yeah.
I think he looked right, then left, went straight to 3. What is he?
Yeah, he did. He looked just for an instant. He's just checking the protection real quick, and then he goes over to the other side, and there's some different things we can do over there. So that's not the first time, and it won't be the last time. It's magnified because of where we're at.
How do you balance the 3 scoring drives versus the 9 that ended in punts, and what can you do to take away from the success that you had in those touchdown drives?
Well, just understanding how good it felt to we were moving the ball, we were staying ahead of the sticks, which is a theme here for us. As we do that, we can do some good things now on offense. End of the game, you get more situational, with the 4-minute stuff. We have some different calls made at different times, and then the defense we do what we do based off of what the defense does. I'm talking 4-minute. But, it goes back to right now, we got to be better on the opening drive. We're not as good there, and we got to be better there.
Matt, you had a similar kind of mini explosion against Washington,
Yeah.
Is this different? Does it feel different at all that maybe it's a little bit more sustainable than that ended up being?
It does. I think it does. For us, just the fact that we've been going through it a bunch of weeks now, and you feel like, I really believe that when we stay ahead of the chains and we get to a 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3, or you get a first down after a first down, we get going. We get in rhythms. We get chunk plays, and then we want to be better in the red zone. And yesterday we had that big one, the big red zone, 3rd and 7 on the throw to TG. But I think there's different parts of it, and for us. We definitely want to get to that touchdown type stuff. Yeah, you're good.
What do you need to see from Adam Shaheen to have him factor into your game plan?
Again, we want all of our players to be able to be completely detailed and just play hard and do everything they can to be the best player they can be.
Matt, going back to staying ahead of the chains there, you guys were sacked on 2nd and 6 and 3rd and 1. Anything that you saw in those particular plays, the 2nd and 6 play action where Mitch looks like he's going downfield, Taylor, I believe, falls on the other 3rd and 1. Anything you diagnosed in those?
Which 3rd and 1 were you talking about?
The 3rd and 1 play action, I think it's early in the 4th quarter where Taylor kind of just ends up falling down.
Yeah, the one 3rd and 1 was there was some stuff involved there I'm not going to get into on this one, but I just think that there's some aggressiveness in some areas, and when you're 2nd and 6, you want to stay away from sacks on 2nd and 6 because you want to stay 3rd and manageable. And we were 2 for 12 yesterday on 3rd down. We weren't nearly as good as we needed to be with that.
Sorry. Does Shaheen have a chance to be active this week, or is this an until further notice? This is the way you're going to go with it?
Right. Again, we're kind of working through all that.
With Trey, when you went back and watched the tape, did you see opportunities for him that were missed, or are you just not seeing opportunities for him to get the ball?
Yeah, yesterday he had that one catch on the sideline that was close, bang bang with the feet, and then there's some opportunities here or there. Yesterday there weren't just quite as many.
I know you've said if you're on the field, you don't want any reservations for guys. Do you see Burton playing with any reservations, just given the nature of the groin injury that still has kind of lingered?
No, I feel like for him, again, he's not at that 100% level. So it's trying to say, okay, what are the right routes for him to do to where you feel that burst or you feel like he can, beat man coverage. And he's giving it everything he can, and that's just kind of where we're at. Appreciate it.